time right now for a mass poor people's low-wage workers assembly and moral march on Washington and to the polls.
Everybody's got a right to live. Everybody's got a right to live.
We gather to call for a radical redistribution of political and economic power, a revolution of moral values, a third reconstruction, and to build power.
We come together today against the injustices we see happening all around us.
Systemic racism and disinvestment, poverty, and unequal access to health care.
My grandson, his grades had dropped because he had been poisoned by lead in the water. The water was just a right for us to have. But because of the emergency manager that wanted to give us dictatorship, it was taken away.
Becoming one of the 20 million poor in the Midwest deindustrialized states, I suffered from severe anxiety and depression. I lost my last job, my last home, my health insurance, my self-respect. In 2013, I packed everything I could on my back and hitched to Indianapolis for Homeless Services for Veterans. And I met so many people just like me who've been marginally disenfranchised by the interlocking injustice of modern American society.
Our problems are not new. Our problems are growing. They're unimaginable. Our problems are crippling us. They're persistent. They're structural. They're concentrated.
We all deserve this equality of life in this nation. This nation should not be living under poverty.
Because children are born with light in their eyes, joy in their voice, hope in their hearts, a curious mind, and always reaching up. And this society has given up its moral fiber for what?
We want everybody in this state to know we are organizing poor folks from the hood to the hollers. And that's why we're here, and that's why we're going to be in D.C. in the 18th.
Dignity is what gets cast aside when we're forced to live with racism, crushing poverty, and the cult narrative of religious nationalism.
If we don't vote, we stand a chance of our democracy being taken over. We stand a chance of our children being misused, abused, and poisoned.
So my fantasy has been, how can we get all of these people together?
Hineni, we are here to change the narrative and build the power of those most impacted by these injustices.
People fighting against racism, people fighting for the environment. How can we get us all speaking with one voice?
Don't y'all understand, if we get Flint, Michigan black woman standing with a white woman from the hills and the hollow of Kentucky, Lord have mercy!
Rise up! Join up! Come, stand right now!
Now is the time for poor and low-income people to come forward with bold and visionary demands, to cry out, to sing out, to march on.
Children gotta be saved. Sick folk got to be healed. Low-wage workers gotta be paid. Housing must be provided for all. The atmosphere must be saved. Indigenous people must be treated right. Voting rights must be expanded and protected. Too much religion is being used to push hate rather than love. We're spending too much money trying to blow up the world rather than save the world. This nation needs a heart transplant. It's time to have a meeting. Are you all ready for the meeting? God said, if you will have a meeting, I'll show up. I'll bless you. I'll give you power. I'll strengthen you. I'll make you strong. I'll give you favor. I'll make you able to turn this country around. But first, you must have a meeting.